Amen. Amen. Well, it seems like you didn't have any trouble uh, expressing your passion to me when I asked you, well, what is it God has impassioned on your heart? You right off the bat talked about fatherhood.
Yeah.
And our topic tonight is the foundation of fatherhood. Why don't you I see you facilitated fatherhood groups for many, many years. Give us a little bit about the fatherhood and the foundation of fatherhood.
Well, as I stated earlier, back in 1998, I was working with a job. I was working with juvenile delinquents, though, in the system. A gentleman from the Sharon Family Center approached my director at that time, and that's how I got involved. When I went to a training, learned how to facilitate groups and how to facilitate fatherhood. This was over 25 years ago, and I understood at that time. See, I was a single parent raising my children, and while I didn't have to learn to be a dad, but I had to understand that there was a lot about being a full-time father that I didn't really know. And I got into fatherhood. I was a former coordinator for the Mercer County fatherhood program in here in Pennsylvania, whereas I facilitated groups in and out of the jail system, facilitated groups in halfway houses, just helping men to understand their role as a father. That it's not just not enough, and you'll hear me say this throughout this telecast. That it's not enough just to bring a child into this world and just leave that child alone. And and one of the things, what got me involved in this is that I saw so many men, amen, that did not have fathers as when they grew up. So they didn't really have a lot of fathering skills that enabled them to be able to father their children. So again, this whole idea behind fatherhood is a passion of mine. I love everything about it, just working with men.
Amen. Amen. Now, tell us a little bit about this inside out dad. I see that in my notes. What is an inside out dad?
Inside Out Dad, basically, it affords men while they are inside being incarcerated. It focuses on men that are incarcerated, whether it be in the jail system or whether it be in the prison system. While they're inside, our goal is to go into the facilities and go through a 12-week program with them, teaching them to understand their role as a father. First of all, we have to really help them understand how to become more healthier within themselves. Because this is what I believe. Before you can give anything to your children, you first have to understand what it is that you need first. And that's one of the premises that where we operate from is to help men understand their role. But while they're inside, we teach them how to, and to some, this may not be a lesson that you need to learn, but you'd be surprised that a lot of men, when they're locked up, the mother of the child will try to write them off. We teach them, send cards to your children. We teach them, write letters, keep a journal of what you do, what you send your child. So when you go before the court system, amen, you're not standing there not understanding. Because see, what the courts were trying to make our father look like he has done nothing. He just totally abandoned his child. So we teach them how to maintain contact with them via phone, via letter, cards, sending things on their birthday.
Hey, man, that sounds like a very, very interesting program. I know we have a prison ministry at our particular church, Heritage Christian Center here in Denver. But that seems like something that is targeted and that is specific to help an individual transition, and not only transition, but to stay connected to the outside. I know I've done some reentry work. I sat on some boards, and I actually did social work with juveniles that were reentering, and it has been proven that if an offender uh, realizes that one day he's going to step back into society, And also, if society realizes that that person that has been incarcerated is coming back, it makes that transition a lot easier. So I really appreciate that. And I
And you're
hope
certainly right.
I hope that the audience, and if there are any pastors out here that are listening and are hearing this about Pastor Harrison, I hope that you would get in touch with him. You can get in touch with him on his Facebook page. He does have a Facebook page for his church, and maybe get some more information about this program. It sounds like something that you might be interested in. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Seems like he got something that's already working, that's already in plan, and I commend you for that, Pastor. This inside out program, taking men who are incarcerated and still having them in touch with their families. That is such great work. Hello, my name is Pastor David Whitmore, and I want to invite you to join us every Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, for Ask the Pastors. We have a host of pastors available to answer your questions, to take your prayer requests, and just be available for you in these different and difficult